Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted this morning to have the Chief Executive, the top person in Glasgow tourism from Glasgow Live. It's Susan. Good morning, Susan.
Good morning, Graham. Lovely to meet you.
And you. Susan, I wonder if you could give me just a little bit of perspective of most people know, I would think, know about Glasgow through all sorts of reasons, through industrial heritage, through fabulous museums, magnificent restaurants, which perhaps people don't know about, but they are magnificent, as I know from personal experience. But what's the modern view in terms of what are you trying to project as far as Glasgow is concerned?
I always talk about Glasgow as being contemporary Scotland. It is a city that has an edge, but it also has the friendliest people in the world. So they will always, if you're looking a bit lost, they'll always say, look, where do you want to go? They will always have their own personal recommendations. So it is a young city. It is a vibrant city. It is a city full of energy and enthusiasm. Now, that means, for example, last year, our Gallery of Modern Art, we won the League Cup of exhibitions, in that we hosted the first ever Banksy exhibition for 17 years. So, but why did Banksy come to Glasgow? He came to Glasgow because it's an artistic city, it's a creative city, it's an edgy city. So it is a city that welcomes people. But also when you're here, you are, what, 20 minutes, half an hour from some of the most amazing landscape in the world, whether that's up the west coast of Scotland, across to Arran, or down and playing golf in Troon. You can reach all of that within half an hour. But then when you come back in the evening, you have some of the best restaurants in Scotland using Scotland's amazing products, whether that is Crab Shack at the Botanics with some of the best seafood that you will ever taste, or whether it's our 2 Michelin star restaurants, or whether it's actually our amazing Indian food that has been adapted and changed over many years by the amazing citizens that joined us from the subcontinent many years ago. You're in the home of the country that invented, the chicken tikka masala. You can eat from every corner of the world, from Korea to China to India, to Vietnam. We have some of the best food in Glasgow. And then once you've had your fill, you will find some of the best live music in the world. In fact, Glasgow was recently nominated as the best place in the world for live music. Now, that could be at the OVO Hydro, seeing some of the best and biggest bands in the world, or that could be in some of the local pubs and clubs where you'll get traditional music, or really you will get some of the real nightlife. You will get some of the most amazing nightclubs in Glasgow, which are on the same tourist trail as the clubs in Berlin. So there is something for everyone, but all of it will be quality, it will be exciting. And I always say you've got to come to Glasgow to experience it.
Whilst it may be contemporary Scotland, there's no doubting the fact that it's still Glasgow. If you are blindfolded, the sense of place would come out strong, not just the accent, but all sorts of things. The language. The fact that instead of saying why, people in Glasgow say how, and things like that. I find that all so attractive. Do you still hang on to that sense of Glaswegian community?
I think you will always find an authentic experience in Glasgow, and actually we will adopt people who embrace that friendliness, that welcoming attitude, that ability to tell you about their family, tell you about their experience. They will always know somebody that you know, or if they don't, they'll know somebody who knows your family. So you will always get that spirit of trying to find the connection. And in terms of when you talk about that sense of place, the pride that you will find in Glasgow, the pride in the city, people always want to tell you about their secret places, or where to go, or have you heard about this, or you really should go there. So you will get genuine, authentic recommendations about corners of the city that you may not find in a guidebook or online.
And surrounding all of this is like a big case of history and heritage. Some of the most magnificent ships in the world were built on the Clyde. There's all sorts of other industrial heritage that you have, and I'm sure you lean upon that as well.
100%. Well, Glasgow's a city of makers. It's one of the things I always start with. So we still build ships on the Clyde, but there is one of the most amazing museums built by a contemporary architect, Zaha Hadid, and it holds the city's industrial heritage collection. So you have locomotives that were made in Glasgow, but that went to South Africa, but then came back alongside ships, models of ships that were built, you know, over the past 200-300 years in the city. Next year, good year to come to Glasgow. Glasgow will be 850 years old. So the city celebrates its heritage, and it will be looking to celebrate the diversity of the city, everybody who's come to the city over the last 850 years. So if you want to come and find your roots, we also have the most amazing Mitchell Library, which has information on the various lists of people who travelled across the Atlantic to find their new life in America or Canada. So we have all of those records. So you can go online, get a wee introduction, and then when you come here, come and visit the team, and they'll tell you the street where your grandparents, or sorry, your great-great-great-grandparents were born and lived. So we love our heritage. We're really proud of it. There is no apology in terms of our rich heritage, and you will find the stories of Glasgow's heritage in all of its museums. One of the best examples is one of our beautiful museums that's based in Pollock Country Park, just a little outside the city centre, but the train's there, and you can get an electric bus from the train station all the way to the doors. Now, that's the collection of one man called William Burrell, and he collected all of his life, and he was a shipping magnate. He imported and exported, but then he donated his magnificent collection to the city of Glasgow, and now it's there free for you all to see. And it tells you a bit about the man, why he collected, but it also is located in one of the most beautiful country parks, but just 10, 15, 20-minute train journey outside the city centre. So that is the type of heritage. It's the stories of the individuals who made Glasgow that you will find when you come here as well.
I can't wait till I come again. I must admit, I absolutely love the city, and I am a bit biased, but I absolutely love it. So, Susan, thank you very much for your time. I wish you the very best of luck in all your endeavours. And as I said, I hope to see you soon.
Well, look forward to seeing you and anyone who wants to come and join us in Glasgow. Thanks very much, Graham. Take care.
Cheers.